Long ago, in the heart of Emohimi village, where the sun kissed the earth gently and the forest whispered secrets of the wind, there lived a woman named Iyenohwa. She was no ordinary woman. Her cooking was a gift, a kind of magic. Her ogbono soup could heal grief. Her smoking jollof rice stirred laughter. Her bitter leaf soup made old warriors weep for joy. Travelers from beyond the hills came to test her food. But Iyenohwa had one rule. She never ever cooked after sunset. No one dared to question her. It was known, sacred, spoken of in hush. Some said she feared the dark. Others whispered that she has once seen something she dare not speak of. But none truly knew. One evening, just as the sun melted behind the tall Iroko trees, a stranger arrived in Erohiri. He was tall with robe blacker than charcoal, his eyes like a pool of fire. He did not smile. He did not blink. He knocked on Iyenohwa's door. "I have heard of your stew," he said in deep, unsettling voice. "Make me a meal tonight." Iyenohwa hesitated. The light was fading, the shadows were growing long, but something in his voice bound her against her soul's warning. She nodded. "Just this once," she whispered to herself. She lit her fire. The ingredients in her hand, red oil and grounded crayfish, they rose like dust. She hummed an old tune to keep her spirit steady. She served him the bowl. He did not lift his hand. The spoon floated and fed him. Iyenohwa's leg turned into water. When he was done, he stood and said, "This is the best meal I have had in 100 years. I would return tomorrow." Then he vanished like breath on glass. Iyenohwa screamed. Neighbors rushed in, but her kitchen was empty. The next evening, a soft knock came. She did not answer. In the morning, a white rose rested on her doorstep. No one in the village grew white roses. The knocking continued each night. First one, then twice, then 3 times. Each morning, another rose. By the 4th night, a voice whispered through the door, "I am hungry again." Iyenohwa froze. "I brought others too," the voice added. The next morning, 3 roses greeted her. Terrified, Iyenohwa went to see the eldest man, Epa. He nodded slowly. She told him everything. "You have fed the unseen, spirits who have forgotten the taste of life. Now they remember you." "What should I do?" she asked, trembling. "Feed them again," he said. "But this time, do not let them leave hungry." "Why?" Iyenohwa asked. "Because next time, they won't be eating stew. They will eat souls." That night, Iyenohwa set 5 plates. She cooked everything. Goat meat as soft as yam, rice soaked in native spices, and egusi thick enough to silence argument. The spirit came. The man in black arrived first. Then the rest followed. They ate. When the last plate was clean, the man in black stood. "You have pleased us again," he said, "but one more meal must be made." "For who?" she asked. He pointed towards the forest. "The one who awaits beneath the Iroko." Then they vanished. The fire died on its own. The next morning, Iyenohwa packed her best pot and cooking stick. She walked into the forest. Oars stirred, leaves curled inwards. No sand but her own breath. At the center, beneath an enormous Iroko tree, stood a figure, a shadow darker than death. She lit her fire, chopped onions with shaking hands, boiled water with silent prayers. The shadow's glowing red eyes opened. "I smell her in your stew," he growled. "Who?" she asked. Her voice was a whisper. "The one I loved before death took me." Iyenohwa poured the stew into a wooden bowl. The shadow ate slowly. "You have fed my hunger," it said, "but hunger is not why I came. You cooked for one who cheated death. He must be returned." "How?" Iyenohwa asked. "Make the meal of return." "What is that?" Iyenohwa asked again. The shadow dropped 3 glowing seeds into her palm. "Oil these with the oil of silence and pepper from the edge of sorrow." She returned to Epa, who sent her to Kerinkeri, the village herb woman. Kerinkeri's hut was filled with bones, dried lizard, and jars that smelled. She gave Iyenohwa the oil of silence, a dark liquid that swallowed sound. Then she pointed her towards the valley of forgotten names. Iyenohwa journeyed for days through rivers thick as blood, hills with no echoes, and land where no bird sang. At the valley's heart, she found a single red pepper growing from the bones of the forgotten. She plucked a pepper. It burned her skin, but she did not flinch. Back home, she cooked, boiled the seed, mixed in the oil, ground the sorrel pepper into powder. As the stew thickened, the shadows returned. A knock, then 2, then 3. She opened the door. The man in black entered smiling. "This smells like a farewell," he said. "Eat," she answered. He did. Halfway through, he dropped his spoon. His face twisted. "You tricked me!" But it was too late. He screamed and turned into ash. The others fled. Only a white rose remained. The next day, Iyenohwa buried the pot beneath the Iroko. She whispered a prayer of sealing, poured salt and oil. Peace returned, but peace is never eternal. One day, she found a white rose at her doorstep again. Then her cooking fire refused to light. Whispers came through her walls. Feed us, we are still hungry. The spirit had not gone, only slept. One by one they returned. Each night they demanded for food, and she, weary and afraid, cooked. She aged fast, her eyes dulling, her laughter vanished. Then one night a hunter named Opiora came from another town. I heard you cook for the dead. She said nothing. That night he hid in her kitchen. When the spirit came, he lifted his gun. Don't! She screamed. The spirits turned, their eyes flashed. Obiora fled and never returned. They became angry. They demanded exotic spice, rare meat, and longer meal. Iyenokwa cooked through pain. Her hands blistered, her feet bled. She had to end it. She remembered the shadow words. Do not leave them hungry. But what if they never left? She created one last meal. She gathered herbs from Kering, water from the silent river, and spices only found at night. The spirit came. They ate and froze. Their spoon fell. You have fed us poison, one ghost cried. Yeah, she whispered. The ground cracked. The pot glowed. Then silence. Iyenokwa buried the pot under the iroko with salt, oil, and prayers. This time, no more roses, no more knocks, no more whisper. Her food was still good, but not magical. She no longer sang when she cooked. She no longer smiled deeply. She always left a bowl of stew outside at night, not from fear, but from respect. Years later, on a stormy night, the pot in her kitchen rustled. It lifted inside a single white rose. The spirit weren't gone, only waiting. But that, as the elders say, is a story for another day.